Hey guys, so today one thing that I want to say is keep going, keep being excited, keep trying, never give up. So it was actually inspired by one of my students named Yulia. Now we were on a coaching call last night, and it was a pretty like emotional kind of like moment because when Yulia first joined, she was she had tried a couple of other like programs, and she'd even tried other like business models, but it was just like it was very hard for her to get any traction. Like she had tried like doing like life coaching. She had tried, I think, an e-commerce type of store. She had purchased a lot of different like courses on how to be like a life coach, and like how to do like different like courses, and just a lot of different like things she had tried, but it didn't really seem like it was working. And one thing that she was doing was, she was working for Intuit as a bookkeeper, right? So she had the skill of bookkeeping, but I don't think that she fully embraced the fact that she could make significant money doing accounting and bookkeeping, right? And it was the same thing for me too, because when I first got started, I didn't know that. I was trying like website design, e-commerce, just social media marketing. I was trying so many different things because I thought that the skills I was doing for my job would not translate into money. Boy, was I wrong. Same thing for her. So she joined our program about a year ago. I think it was a little bit less than like 11 months. And when she joined, it was scary for her. She said that the week that she joined, she actually went and took a trip in Spain to go see her mom and her stepdad. And her stepdad was like, "You're gonna spend money on a course? What if you don't make any money back?" And she was like really scared because of that. But her mom believed in her. Her mom said, wait, why don't you just, maybe it could work. And what she did was she leaned into that little bit of faith that her mom had, that she could make it work, that things would be okay if she just kept going. She joined the program, and the first thing we did was we looked at her pricing structure. The sun's like reflecting off the puddle. It's really bright. First thing we did was look at her pricing, right? Because if you don't have your pricing right, it doesn't matter how many clients you talk to. You're not going to be able to make as much money as what you can. You're leaving money on the table. So we looked at the pricing. We got that straightened out. Pretty soon she got a client for $700 a month. And she got another one for $1,000 a month a couple days later. Then about a week later, she got another one for $2,000 a month. And it just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, right? Now, it wasn't all like sunshines and rainbow. Like, there were some hard times. There were weeks where she didn't get a client. There was one client that she had actually went out of business, right? Like, he was insolvent. Like, he needed a cleanup just so he can make sure that he didn't owe any money and he can file his tax return. But after that, he went out of business, right? And that's an upsetting thing. It's like, oh, I lost the client, right? But she kept going. Just kept going, man. She had a deal where she was trying to talk to this guy who owns like a real estate investment company. He ghosted her literally for 2 months. 2 months, right? He ended up paying her about, I think it was $3,000. It was either, it was, a $14,000 cleanup up front. It was about, I think, between $1,200 to $1,500 a month for the monthly services. It was a big deal. $14,000 for a cleanup before the month of work even starts. That's a big deal, especially when maybe you don't come from money. For her, things were comfortable, but it wasn't like she was having a huge amount of savings in the bank, right? She was younger in her career, and she was still trying to establish herself, right? And I know there's a lot of people maybe watching, like maybe you're on the younger side, and you're like, well, I have all this time, like maybe I'll just start my business in the future. I'll start next year. Next year. And that's how people end up like spending 20 years in corporate, right? It's always next year. It's always, once this happens, then I'll do this. Once this happens, then I'll do this. Once I have kids, then I'll be able to start growing my business. Then it's now that I have kids, once the kids get out of go to school, then I'll be able to start the business. oh, now the kids are in school, like, I have to be able to like drive them, and it's always something else. Maybe once we get this raise, then I'll start my business because I'll have a little bit extra money. Once I get this new position, which is less time intensive, then I'll start my business. It's a million different reasons. Like in this life, in this game, there are so many reasons not to do something like this. Like, and that's the truth. Like I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. It's true. Children take time. You're going to be going up against competitors that have 20, 30 years in business. Right? It's like starting a business is not logical. It's not logical. There's not a right time for it. It's like having a baby. In a lot of cases, there's never really a right time to have a baby, right? But the most beautiful things in life are the things that have no right time. Having that family, Do you start it when you're in your 20s? Do you start it when you're in your 30s? What about if you're, maybe you missed the boat and like maybe you're a man, you're like 40, 50 years old, and yeah, now you're starting your family. Never right time. Never right time. There's never a right time to save money. Never a right time to start investing. But if you ask any professional, financial advisor, lawyer, the best time to get started was yesterday. The next best time is today. There's a lot of truth to that. Just start, just move, just do something, right? Back to Yulia. The reason why I was emotional is because that's scary. You have someone like a stepfather saying, no, you shouldn't do it, that's risky. And you lean into the one person that says that you can do it. You lean to that quiet, still voice that says, yes, you can. When everything around you says, no, you can't. But you believe in yourself. That's crazy, right? She said, man, it was a big risk, but I'm glad it paid off. My mom wants to actually come and give you a hug. And it's just like, and then my uncle even said, her uncle even told her that. She said, hey, I was wrong. Glad you didn't listen to me. That's really, not to say like not to be mean about him, but that's how fear actually is, man. Fear, people, family, it's like everything tells you no, and then as soon as you start doing, everyone's like, I'm glad you didn't listen to me. Or well, they most times that was actually really, really like big of him to say that. Most people would be like, oh, well, I believed in you the whole time. It's like, no, you didn't. You actively told me not to do something, and now you're taking credit for it, right? It's ego, it's kind of ego. Just trying to keep you safe and just kind of trying to protect you and protect themselves. Last night she came on a call. This is the second emotional thing. And she said she got a doctor's office for $1,000 a month, and the cleanup wasn't a very long cleanup, so it was about $6,000. But the lady paid $6,000 while we were still on the coaching call. That's actually a normal phenomenon that happens to her. Almost every time she comes to a coaching call, one of her clients either pays or a new client signs up. It's very, very interesting to me. Right? I think they talk about this like in certain religions, like where 2 or 3 are gathered, right? And you're going to a common goal and a common mission, then life tends to move out of your way. That's the one thing I'm kind of thinking when it comes to like why that phenomenon happens, because it's not just her. A lot of students have that. Where it's like, I was trying to get this person to pay me money, but they just wouldn't. And then all of a sudden I started working with you, started talking with you, and now all of a sudden it starts working. I'm not trying to take credit for anything like that, but I'm just saying it's something natural that occurs. And I think there's something more than just random luck with the frequency with which that happens. And yeah, so the first one, $6,000 hits her bank account while she's on the call. And then also, we had been actively hunting down a deal for the last, I believe it was like 1 to 2 months. 1 to 2 months, where via one of her referral partners, she got connected to this like real estate company, a real estate investor. They do $16 million per year, right? And their bookkeeping is trash. Hello. Good morning. So, based on that, give me one second. I saw a weed. So, based on that, the person's cleanup is $24,000, right? $24,000, $12,000 up front. She got paid this morning. Plus, it is, I think it's $3,500 a month for that deal, right? Why is that significant? $24,000. Let's say on the low end it's $3,000 a month. I can't remember exactly what she said, but $3,000 a month times 12 is $36,000 plus $24,000. 36 plus 24, 6 plus 4. Man, my brain is like not working. 0, 0, 1. That's $60,000 from that one client. See, you can't see me anymore. Let me turn the other way. $60,000 from one client. Plus, from the doctors, $12,000 plus 6. What's that? So 1,000 a month is 12,000 plus 6. 18,000 plus 60. That is $78,000 for this year that she just earned in the last 24 hours. Okay? On top of, I believe she was doing close to 8 to 9 grand a month already. She's like, I hit the 6-figure mark. In her first year of business, in her first full year of business, well, successful, because she had tried to start the bookkeeping business, but it just wasn't working. But from the time we started working together till now, 6 figures collected. But that's not the most important part. As the money hit her account yesterday, she just starts looking down, like holding her head, and I was like, everything's okay? And it was kind of an emotional moment because she goes, I'm finally out of debt. Finally out of debt. You know, because she had like student loans. She just had a lot of like different things because like the last couple of years have been like really hard for her, right? And that moment was like amazing. And I don't know, I got a little bit emotional because it was like when she joined the program, there was a lot of pressure on me. I'll be honest, it was like a lot of internal pressure. It wasn't really on her fault or anything like that. It was just me because I knew where she had come from. I knew that there was a lot of like nervousness around doing something like this. So it's like I need to do everything in my power to be able to help this person succeed, right? And it's funny because she's doing less and less marketing. The leads are coming through the referrals. Like how we talk about, we set up these referral systems for you guys. We show you how to get the right referral partners. Then the leads start coming to you. Like she's doing less and less now than what she was when she started a year ago. And she's getting more and more clients. It's rolling. And I was like, you know, if this is this year, when things are hard, when you're like in a slight recession kind of thing, imagine what things are going to be like next year and the year after. It's like she gets a client, that client refers a referral partner, then referral partner and the client refer another client to her. And it's just like, these are not small clients, they're getting bigger and bigger, and it's crazy, man. And now we started building a team because she had a subcontractor and she subcontracted some other work out to other students. We're really helping her go and develop her full team of staff accountants because this is gonna skyrocket very quickly. It's not out of the realm that if she can just handle the workload, she might be at $250,000 per year probably within the next 12 months, right? So I think she's on track for 100, I don't know, either 130, 140 this year. Like the next 12 months, it just keeps the same amount of clients. About 140, probably 150. I don't know, we had to kind of calculate based on that. I didn't do a calculation last night when she told me, but I believe she's on track for between 130 to about 150 per year. So if she just gets an extra $100,000 worth of monthly clients, which, I mean, if she just gets 2 or 3 more big clients and she'll be there, she's going to be at $250,000 a year. And it would only have taken her 2 years of work. 2 years. Some people never make $250,000 a year in their life. Right? That's the spot I want to get people to. Where they come in, maybe it's a little scary. Not because like money's necessarily tight, but just because like, investing is scary. Business is scary. Everything is scary in the beginning. But once you get into it, it's very simple, right? But that's what I want. You take a risk on yourself. You get started. You start building the right marketing system, right? It's not based on time, it's based on effectiveness. You start getting leads, you close those leads because now you have a sales script, you know exactly what to say. Your pricing is locked in, so every time you get a client, it actually moves your revenue number significantly. It's not just like you get a $150 per month boost. You get like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month boost. Then you just do a good job for your clients. Maybe you get a subcontractor to do some of the work for you. And since we built your marketing correctly, it keeps rolling, and it gets easier and easier and easier over time to get clients. And you just get better and better and better. Pretty soon you don't think about money. That's my other goal, right? Sorry, I'm trying to keep the sun out of your eyes. My other goal is that you get you to a place to where you never think about money again. Let me cross over and see if this helps. I don't want people to have to ever think about money. That was one thing when I was younger, right before I started my business, right? Was money was an interesting topic. Because we always had money until we didn't have money. And I think that's how a lot of people are, especially if you're like in the accounting field where things are very comfortable. It's like you have money until you don't. And then when you don't, that's when like the scramble happens. That's when everyone's kind of on edge. That's when the family dynamic kind of breaks down a little bit. And, when your kids are young, it can be a little bit easier. You tighten your belt. Maybe you guys eat more fun food, right? Like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But as they get older, they kind of see that strain, that stress. It starts impacting them a little bit. They might not show it to you. You might not know why. It might be, misappropriate to like tests in school, but it's like mom and dad are not happy as what they used to be. And a lot of people will internalize that, right? A lot of kids internalize that. When you don't have those things, I'm not saying money's everything, but when you have that, you can build the freedom into your life. You can hang out with your children more. You can, I don't know, it's just kind of funny. It's like the longer I'm in business, the more I'm like, this money thing is just stupid. Like money is just a stupid kind of concept, But the only way that it becomes a stupid concept is you have enough of it to where you don't need it anymore, right? And there was a point, I think it was like last year or the year before, where I was like, why do I even care that much about this money stuff? What am I gonna do? Just buy another car? Buy another house? What's the point? That's not to say I'm not gonna keep getting money. Don't say that. But the importance level of it really dropped significantly, and it allowed me to have more time to focus on other stuff that I wouldn't have, right? So I started doing more dancing. I started putting out more free stuff. So like these YouTube videos are free, right? I started making a lot more of those last year because it's just like, okay, if someone wants to pay for our course, cool. If they don't, cool. I still want to help some people out. I was like, who cares? Some people will sign up, some people won't. Who cares? That's when everything got a lot more relaxed, right? I want that for you too. Always remember, I'm here for you. I'm rooting for your success. And I'm always watching from afar. Take it easy.